on this. Okay, so we're going to talk a little bit about Jane's situation again. Again, she's a survivor. Her husband died early. He qualified for Social Security. Jane did not. Okay, so when we look at her situation, what we're going to look at is, her three scenarios, which are what's the best scenario, overall maximum? Where does she have the option of going on at full retirement for her, which is going to be 67? When does she go on when she goes on when she's 65? And when she goes on when she's 62. In all these scenarios, except for the full retirement scenario, she's going to be taking survivor benefits for the earlier than she's going to be getting them for retirement. Okay. All right, so if we look at the maximum scenario, she's going to be taking survivor benefits as of 60. She's going to be retiring at 62, which may or may not be a relevant conversation because either way, she's going to be getting pretty much the same amount. So let's take a look at that. So for this scenario, and I would say as well, for all these scenarios except for full retirement, option A, she is going to be getting $35,724 a year, which is $2,977. So from this scenario, if you were looking at trying to get the most cash out of the system, there's no reason to wait beyond going on at 60, right? Might as well just go on. However, there is a scenario where, maybe she works for a few years, gets that money as well. So that's in the earning money, right? And then goes on at 67 and gets $50,000 a year, right? So you got to think a little bit about, income replacement. And in this scenario, she's just doesn't have any income. She doesn't have any opportunities to have any income. So you would go here. If you did have some income opportunities, you might want to go a little bit later. And we're going to talk about taxes later, and I think you're going to see some benefits to why you would want to do that. Let's take a look at the details a little bit. So I think what we said in all of these situations was that she's going to be on as a survivor. So when she's 60, she's still pulling her dependent benefit because she hasn't hit her 60th birthday yet. So she will have some benefit there when she's 60. And then when she's 60, she's going to go right into survivor mode. She doesn't really have a retirement because she's not working, right? If her working situation changes, then we can sort of address that. If she waits till FRA, you can see the payment goes way up, right? $15,000 a year. But it's mostly because she waited, and the year she goes on, she's going to get the portion. I think she has a late birthday, so that's kind of why that situation happens. Again, she is transitioning from being a dependent of the person who died to her benefit when she's going on at 60 and retiring at 65. So I think we kind of understand that one. And the same is true when she goes on at 60 and retires at 62. But again, all these situations, she gets a lower annual payment, except for when she waits for full retirement. We're going to chat a little bit more about taxes, and that will sort of educate us a little bit more on that. But please consider that when you're making these decisions. Again, you'll notice not waiting till 70, obviously creates benefit in all these situations. So don't always buy into this idea. I got to wait till 70. I got to wait till 70. Okay. Thanks, everybody.